After 8 months of continuous farming on the map maker, I finally achieved 100,000 3v3 victories. In this video, I will be releasing everything I have documented about this account, as well as some events that happened throughout the push. The video will be split into multiple parts. First, I will commentate over my account screenshots. Then I will be showing some last games and other videos. With all this being said, let's begin. The first 10,000 wins technically took the longest, because I wasn't actually going for 100,000 wins. I first made this account as an alt account to farm easy records on my main account. This was done because if you two players that are both below 200 trophies, you'll face bots every game in Mapmaker. It's only after free play was introduced into the game where I actually started to lock in, and I realized that I can make a great cursed account with all the knowledge I have. The journey from 10,000 to 20,000 wasn't really that notable. I started building a consistent farming pace, and I managed to cut the time it took me to reach the first 10,000 wins in half. The journey from 20,000 to 30,000 was a lot more interesting. First, I abbreviated my name to IBR, then at around 25,000 wins, I reached record level 7. You may also notice that my battle cards start to look weird and kinda like a bot. This is because I started LARPing a bot account, so I received the least amount of attention possible. Also, I genuinely have no recorded footage of the 30,000 game, likely because I accidentally deleted it, but it also makes for I Break Records lost media. The journey from 30,000 to 40,000 wasn't all that stoking either. I do think that this is the time where my 3v3 wins actually start to look pretty gosh darn good. I ain't gonna lie. This is also the time where CapCut, my editing software, starts skipping screenshots sometimes, even though I literally put all of them in one mother shrugging album, so then I have to scroll down in my gallery for like 30 seconds to find the exact screenshot that's missing, which is pretty darn bad. The journey from 40,000 to 50,000 was absolutely bananas. At the 41,000 mark, not only did I reach record level 8, but I also became the top 2026 account in 3v3 wins, surpassing the underrated player Turbix. He low-key didn't even know I existed, so that I was low-key a secret top 1. After that though, there wasn't much else. After I reached 50,000 wins, I changed my name to Sendo 2026, which is the name I have to this day. The journey from 50,000 to 60,000 was a big old nothing burger once again. Besides fucking around in TikTok comment sections a couple of times, nothing notable was done. Although after 57,000 hard-fought victories, I finally reached 15 challenge wins, which if we're being real, it does add some tough mysterious aura to my skill level, since I don't play ranked and I'm thankfully not even planning to do so. The first 5,000 wins of my journey from 60 to 70,000 wins was quite bare bones, with nothing out of the ordinary happening. However, the real fun began when I started hopping on TikTok livestream. The first stream was from a good friend of mine, and I had a friendly 1v1. The problem is, this dude gets masters every season, while the only thing I'm a master at is juking bots. The first game was surprisingly tense, with us constantly going back and forth, but against all odds, I came up on top. The second and the last game, yeah, I got my ass handed to me, but overall, I had a pretty fun experience, which is why soon after, I went on a different stream. This time, I went on an account rating live stream. The German host was constantly cycling between new viewers, and after a few minutes, I managed to sneak into his lobby. When he saw my account, he definitely had a few things to say. I will play the clip, but keep in mind, the audio is in German, but I managed to translate it to English.
Aber eigentlich mir persönlich ist es egal. Ich finde der Account trotzdem sehr... What the fuck? What the fuck? Was? Also entweder finde ich das krasser als es ist, aber hallo? Wie? Okay, also der Account hat 11.000 Trophäen, Prestige 1 auf Edgar und 65.000 Wins. Also ich weiß nicht, ob ihr das checkt, Leute, aber ich glaube, ich hatte jetzt in meinen 3 Livestreams niemand mit mehr 3 gegen oder generell mehr Siegen insgesamt als der Typ. Also er heißt zwar auch I Break Records, Cheater, aber wie soll das funktionieren? Vielleicht spielt er einfach dieses dieses No-Dings-Modus. Er hat auch 15 Wins. Also ich finde das wirklich gerade richtig krass, Digga. What the fuck? 11k? 65.000 3v3 wins in like 6 months. Wenn er den wirklich am 1.1. erstellt hat, Digga.
Yeah, it's safe to say that dudes got a little too excited after seeing my account. This was also the time I got my first hacking allegation, which is always good to hear. Anyways, the last 5,000 wins to 70,000 were pretty normal. There's not a lot to say about the journey from 70,000 to 80,000 wins. I hopped off live streams and locked in on improving my farming pace, which clearly worked since I finished it in a little over 2 weeks. Besides making a few shitty mapmaker maps and meeting the top 1 player in 3v3 wins, I managed to get a crisp 100,000 record level points at the 75,000 mark. If you're wondering why I never went for record level 10 after this, it's literally because I don't have enough brawlers for 120,000 points, end of discussion. The journey from 80,000 to 90,000 wins was just carrying on the momentum I built from the journey before. I was starting to even get 700 wins per day, which is actually pretty bonkers, but everything would shift when I joined the official Record Grind Club. For the first time, I was actually showing my account to the public, and I was already getting hella motion in the friends list. This means that I almost always had teammates to push, and I didn't have to rely on a second device to play. It was great, but it was also setting up a foundation for the last 10,000 wins of my entire push. The journey from 90,000 to 100,000 3v3 wins. I mean, what is there to say about it? I've already covered the whole journey on my YouTube channel. A part of me is sad that I basically got no views in any of my videos, even though, for a reminder, there's a little more than 200 non-banned people in the world who have more than 100,000 3v3 victories. But despite that, I'm still more than happy with my entire push. I've met a ton of great people, and I would go as far as to say that the 3v3 farming community is the chillest group of people you'll see in Brawl Stars. Nobody is trying to one-up each other and flex on anyone because all of those 3v3 wins and record points were made in bot matches. So why even bother? If you remember at the 41,000 mark, I surpassed the former top 1 Turbigs. After 100,000 wins, I actually had a very civil and normal conversation about farming and ways of playing. With all of this being said, thank you for being here. And now, it'll show every last game I had, as well as some bonus content at the very end. Quick side note, I will only show the endings of the last games. Expect the 100,000 game, which I'll show the full game at the very end, since these games are mostly against bots, so they're way too boring and the video will be very long. Enjoy! Victory!
Guess I'm not a bottom feeder, huh?
Morale of the story. I won! Hello, Rabble Dabble.
This puzzle is solved. أنا الأفضل.
Run away, think of your future.
You're welcome.
Stitching up that W, y'all. I'll skin you alive.
Before showing you the 100,000 game, I will have to answer the question that a lot of people have been asking me, which is what I'm doing after 100,000 wins. So, my current plan is to first get Wendy to 1,000 win streak. After that, we're going right into ladder slaving until I reach 100,000 trophies, and then we'll see what happens after that. Thank you for watching and enjoy the last game.
Open for business. Plans can live up to 100 years. Gotta take labs and battle. Gotta take labs and battle. Just before they fall